Hello and welcome back to 100 Coding Challenges in C Sharp. This is episode 13 and is called Week Name Selection. In this challenge, we're going to ask the user for a day's number, then display the day's name. For example, if the user inputs 1, then it should display Monday, as it is the first day of the week, and if the user inputs something like 5, it should display Friday, and if they input 7, for example, it should display Sunday, and so on. It should display it for every single day of the week. For this challenge, we're going to be using a switch case statement, so we won't be using an if statement for this specific one. When you're ready, pause the video, give it a go, and then we'll begin. Alright, so let's start. So we'll start off by asking the user for a day in the week. So let's say enter day in the week. And then we'll store this as an integer. So I'll call it day. Convert to 32. Read line. Making the same mistake as last time. Read line. There we go. Okay, so to do the switch statement, we're just going to write switch on the variable day, and then if we open and close some curly braces, we can start writing out our switch statement. So I'm going to say case 1. So because this is an integer, I can do a case on an integer directly like this, and then we can say what we want to output, which in this case would be Monday. And the thing we need to do after each specific case is to remember to do a break. So let me do the next one and then we'll explain why we need to do a break. So if I do this one as Tuesday, do case 2, we need to do a break because when the code runs through here, if there's no break, then it will continue to go through and run case 2 and then case 3 and then case 4. But if we do a break, then it breaks out of the switch statement and just ends the program. So if we did this and ran this now, actually it gives a compilation error. So this is what I get for writing too much JavaScript. So in a language like JavaScript, for example, it wouldn't give you an error, but your code wouldn't work as expected. So let's go through and do this for all of the other ones. I'm just going to copy and paste this to make it a little bit easier. So seven. I'm going to use a shortcut called Control KD, which fixes the indentation in the code and just cleans it up a little bit. So now I can go through this and change it to the appropriate days. Wednesday, Thursday. So technically this would be enough for you to complete the challenge. However, for best practice, I'd also add a default case. A default case occurs when none of these cases have been met. So for example, the user entered in the number 0 or the number 100, it would default to this case here. So I'm going to just say something like, this isn't a day in the week. Cool. So if we run that now, it says enter a day in the week. So if I say 3, for example, it will say Wednesday. Enter a day in the week. If I say 5, it will say Friday. Enter a day in the week. If I say 10, for example, it will say this isn't a day in the week. This is technically a type of validation in the case that we're using it right now, but you may have specific cases where the value you're actually looking for falls into the default, and you only have cases to kind of like validate bad inputs and so on. So you could do it both ways. So yeah, there you go. This is probably one of the easiest ways to use a switch statement. Very basic and straightforward. So hopefully you guys had fun doing this one. If you enjoyed it, then make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.